Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. First of all, you guys know the drill. If you guys please smash that like button, I'd really appreciate it. If you guys could leave a comment down below, I don't care what it is, it super helps the channel out. It is bright and early. Actually, it is almost 5 a.m. and so it's actually dark and early, but we are in the shop nice and early, getting a great start today. Our channel has actually surpassed 2,000 subscribers just last weekend, and in almost 48 hours later, we're almost 2,100 subscribers. The channel is growing rapidly, so I can't thank you guys enough for joining in, subscribing, showing support, watching videos, hitting that like button. So if you guys please just seriously hit the like button on this video, I just really appreciate it. So it super helps the channel out. Anyways, our views are going up. Everything's looking really good. Super excited to bring you guys lots of content. We have lots of plans for the future. And this has just been a blast. So I really appreciate all you guys subscribing to the channel and tuning in. Also, I don't know if you guys have noticed yet, but we've also brought one of our weekend hobbies. Carmen and I like to go die-cast car hunting on the weekends. And so we've been hunting a lot of Fast and Furious cars, other Hot Wheel collectibles like some Hondas, Nissans, stuff like that. We're gonna start doing some customs as well. So if you guys don't really enjoy the die-cast videos, just feel free to not watch them, no worries. But if you guys do want to watch them, that's awesome. I appreciate the support. Hit the like button, of course. But like I said, this channel is primarily a car automotive channel where we're in here in the shop showing you guys what we're doing, building cool projects, and bringing you guys along. That is primarily what this channel is about. A die-cast is just kind of a little branch of that, so we will be doing a die-cast video or two a week, but we'll also be giving you guys lots of updates in the shop as well. So don't worry, this channel is not going to be a complete die-cast car channel. This is primarily an automotive channel. So our channel is lifestyle, adventure, automotive, DIY, and we also are going to do some die casts and stuff like that as well included. So we're bringing you guys along for the ride. But like I said, primarily an automotive channel, so don't you guys worry. Just go ahead and feel free to pass those videos if you don't want to watch them. If you do want to watch them, I really appreciate it. So hit the like button on all the videos. Anyways, we're back in the shop. Wanted to give you guys a quick little update before I get the day started. Excuse the mess here. We got some brand new stainless steel tables. We're probably not going to have these down in the shop for now. We are going to go ahead and put them upstairs in our storage until we have more space in a bigger facility at some point. We also got another it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tier wire shelf. So we'll go ahead and put that in storage as well. We have a bunch of parts upstairs that we list on eBay and stuff, so we'll go ahead and get that upstairs and utilize that as well. But in the body side of the shop, we have a 2020 GMC Sierra Denali HD truck. This is the Duramax 6.6 liter with the Allison transmission. See there. Very pretty truck. This truck was purchased via auction, I believe Copart. It has been inspected by State Patrol. It has been fixed. I believe this vehicle has actually, or previously, caught on fire. The customer, I actually know him. He does fix a lot of cars and stuff like that, but he does not do the paint. So he did a lot of it himself, but he brought it to us to do the paint. He did some of the disassembly himself as well. So he brought it kind of to us, torn apart a little bit. But you can see here from the fire, it had damaged the fenders. We had damaged paint in the jamb here, as well as a little bit on the exterior face of the panel. This is a tri-stage candy red paint to get this effect, so very expensive, very pretty color. But you can say here, we've tried to keep the repair area as small as possible to leave us enough room to blend our color out and not be right up against the door. Of course, we're gonna coat the top of the fender a little bit because we do have to paint the hood. Now, this is not the hood that's gonna be on the vehicle. We do have a genuine GM hood. This hood was just on there temporarily. It's a fiberglass hood, but we do have a GM genuine hood that's going back on it. We were gonna cut that in this morning and get that installed. But you can see here, we got both fenders that got torn apart. He also removed his own fender flares. He wants those color matched. Now, they are a textured plastic, kind of like the mirrors. So to get those to be paintable, we actually had to sand them down and then apply plastic adhesion promoter for a chemical bond, as well as bury them in high build primer. So now we can prep them out to be a smooth paintable surface to get them to look very nice. So you can see the rear flares there as well. And we also have a front bumper. This is once again not the bumper we're painting. We have a brand new, or a used, genuine bumper that we are going to be putting on and color matching. We're also going to be doing the grille surround, as well as, if you look here on the mirror caps, the chrome trim. We're going to go ahead and be color matching that as well. You can see here I did a spray out card. I'm going to go ahead and squeeze through here. This is another reason why we need a bigger shop. Between the spray booth and a full-size dually pickup like this, we can barely squeeze in at night and lock the door. So you can see here, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of wipe out our panel. Of course, it's all dirty and dusty, but you can see here, of course, our new paint on the card is not scratched or anything like that, but we have a really good color. This was about 3.5 coats of the red candy tinted mid coat, and that of course darkens it up a little bit, which is good to know because we could probably go a little less on the mid coat and we'll probably have a fantastic match. But like I said, we are going to be blending, so I'm really not too worried about it. As long as we have a pretty good match, we're going to have no issue at all blending this color. At least I hope so. But anyways, we'll be coating the top of the fenders, and we'll be hiding our blend within this area right here and give ourselves a little bit of room before we hit completely a butt match against that door. We're going to go ahead and jump inside the spray booth, and you can see here Sean has all the fender flares prepped out, hanging here, and they're primed in high build primer. You can see the black stuff there is just a black guide coat. So he is gonna have to prep these out into a smooth finish so we can go ahead and paint them. We also have the hood here. Now this is a genuine GM hood. This is the original hood. So we are going to be flipping this over and cutting it in. We had to do a couple little small repairs because from the packaging, it did have a little bit of damage, very light damage, just a couple little dings really, but we went ahead and fixed those up because it's a very nice truck. And so we're gonna go ahead and flip this hood over this morning, get it cut in with the red paint, and that way we can install it on the truck ahead of time. We also have a used genuine front bumper, same thing, there was a couple dents, so we went ahead and fixed those up as well, put some spot primer on them so the rest of this bumper can be prepped out and painted to match. We have a bumper filler here that was slightly damaged in the fire as well. And the other side, we have a brand new one. The other one did not come in time, so he did not get that to us, but we said we'll just go ahead and fix this other one. So we'll go ahead and fix this, paint that to match as well as the new replacement. And here's the other two remaining fender flares. So those will be prepped out later today, and we'll go ahead and get those painted. And yeah, so that does about that. We're gonna see about jumping out of here. I'm not sure if I can squeeze in here or not, barely. Oh man. So on the detail side of the shop, we have a 2013 Lexus CT200H. This is basically Lexus's version of a Toyota Prius. It uses the same powertrain. This vehicle has been in here before. This is a previous customer. We actually did a slight fender bender repair on this. We replaced the front bumper. So that is a brand new front bumper cover that we put in. And we also replaced the fender. And then we also blended this front door. It is a pearl white. We'd have a pretty good match. So that came out awesome. We replaced the front fender flare, or sorry, the front wheel liners. And we also installed this like universal lip kit. Our customer originally had a polyurethane lip kit that was purchased for a Lexus IS350, and it turned out that the bumpers are actually quite different and that the lip kit was not going to work front and rear. And he had some fiberglass side skirts as well that were also for a different car He was kind of hoping that it was all going to work out, and I kind of said, you know what, it's a lot of work, a lot of custom, and you put something like that low to the ground, you're going to scrape it, you're going to beat it up, you're probably going to be back in here spending lots of money. So I told him about these fairly inexpensive little lip kits. They're universal, and they run about, I believe, between $60 and $80, and we put it on there, and you know what, it's been almost a year, and it's still in fantastic shape. So that is just awesome. You can see here the side skirts are still intact. We have our little rear splitters as well, and it's still in really good shape, so I'm super happy to see that. That is an awesome mod for somebody that, you know, doesn't have a lot of money and really wants a lot of bang for the buck. I think those little splitter kits aren't that bad, if it is within your taste. Anyways, this car came back in because it ran over road paint. They recently painted the roads around here, and paint is just everywhere, guys. I've never seen it like this before. We've had multiple customers actually contact us about removing paint on their tires. So this car literally didn't even have black tires anymore. The tires were completely white. There was white paint on the wheels. There was white paint completely coating the wheel liner. There was white paint thick built up on the edges of the bumper. There was white paint down the entire lip kit package. Same thing with the rear wheel liner. White paint just covered and just speckled everywhere up the back. And, you know, they really caused a lot of damage. And I could not believe it, but Teo was fortunately able to get all the road paint, pretty much all of it, off. Now, there's still a few little speckles within the wheel liners themselves. If our customer is really going to be that picky, he can go ahead and purchase 2 new wheel liners and we'll throw them in. I do believe that debris, salt, water, rain, sand, dirt in the wheel liners over time will kind of break down the road paint inside the wheel liners, and it'll be just fine. I don't think our customer's going to be too worried about it. But I do think that he's going to be super pleased with the job that we did. We were able to save this thing, and I really thought at the end of the day we were going to have to replace wheel liners, and that a couple of the panels were going to have to be refinished. But it's super awesome that he was able to get all that road paint off. It did take him a majority of the day to get the road paint off and get this thing buffed out. He went ahead and did a foam pad machine polish with the Meguiar's Ultimate Compound and gave it a good ceramic wax, and the thing is looking great. Back to normal. Today we are going to be going ahead and detailing up the interior, and by the end of the day our customer will be able to pick this thing up and send them down the road. On the body side, update on our 2006 Honda Accord. I wrecked this recently, about a month and a half ago or so, and it sat for a little bit, but I decided that we are going to go ahead and fix it. So in previous videos I've shown you guys that it was set up on the frame rack and that we did a couple pulls to get everything pulled back out, and we started removing the core support and all that. So since then we've purchased a brand new core support, brand new bumper rebar, and we have a few more parts on their way as well. Of course, we have to order the rest of the body panels to really get this thing squared up. So this is just sitting on there for now. You can see here I've got everything kind of separated so it can kind of slide in here. You can see the core support actually sandwiches in between the inner and outer fender structure of the vehicle. You can see our rebar is just being held in there with screwdrivers for alignment. There's bolts that actually go there, but this thing is actually looking like a car again. I know a lot of you guys said in the comments that there's no freaking way that that could be fixed. Well, look at here, guys. We almost have a fixed car. Of course, we have a little bit more work to do, but we are looking pretty good, guys. You can see here I have a used OEM genuine hood latch. I went ahead and purchased a couple used genuine hood hinges. The more OEM parts we can get, the better. Of course, this is an aftermarket core support, aftermarket bumper rebar, but they wanted a lot of money for the ones from Honda, and I just thought that we could probably get away with it. And we have plenty of adjustment on the body panels as well. And of course, we will be squaring everything up and test fitting all the body panels before we do any welding. So this will be clamped and screwed and bolted in place before we do any welding. The other piece that was severely damaged in the accident was this outer rail that goes behind the fender. We took this off and threw it in our scrap pile originally, and then I ordered one on a Honda parts warehouse website, and because I called the Honda dealership locally, they said it was discontinued. I copy and pasted the part number online, found a Honda parts warehouse that said they had it, purchased it. They actually refunded my money by the end of the day and said, sorry, we do not have that part. I have not searched any deeper for the part. It does seem to be something I have to get either off a used car, or I'm sure somebody out there has this in a box somewhere, but it will be difficult to find. So I actually pulled it out of the scrap pile, and you can see here, I'm not done yet, but I spent about, let's say about 15 minutes straightening the panel. I still have a little more work to do. I got to get that buckle out right there. We got to massage this a little more and get this curvature the same. Of course, we have this other side for reference. And of course, our new core support goes where it goes. So at the end of the day, this panel is covered by the fender. You'll never see it. So if I can keep working on this for a bit longer and get this nice and straight and massaged and smooth and get that buckle out and get this to be the right angle, I think we're going to go ahead and reinstall that panel. I might take one more look online to see if I can actually purchase this panel, but I'm not having a lot of luck. It is discontinued, so it may be a very difficult piece to get. But like I said, we got to do a little more work. The inner structure here still is buckled a little bit. We still have to do a little more pulling, so we are going to be removing this core support and bumper rebar, and we are going to use a Porter Power ram. We're going to go ahead and push this structure out just a little bit, not too much, because our core support is actually going into it, but we do have to get this buckle out right here on the inner structure, and then we'll keep working this outer structure to get this to match up with everything. We'll clamp it tight, we'll get everything squared up, install our new body panels, and we'll go from there. These fender mounting tabs, I do have 2 new ones from Honda coming. This one I kind of straightened a little bit, but by the time I was done straightening it, I had a crack. It's a little mangled, and this one's pretty mangled. And I thought, you know what? They're cheap. They're about $25 a piece. We'll get 2 new ones, 50 bucks, and we'll go ahead and drill a couple spot welds, and we'll weld our brand new fender mounting tabs in place. That way they look a little more genuinely like this. And that way we have nice strength and structure and alignment for our replacement fender. But I do believe that we are going to be able to reuse this panel. So that's pretty cool. If I can find a new one, of course I'll find a new one, but I think we are struggling finding a new one. So there you have it, guys. If you guys are wondering how I actually remove my spot welds, I actually start with a 1/4 inch drill bit on my cordless 3/8 snap-on drill. And I actually come through and drill my spot welds. Now I don't drill all the way through. I just drill enough to put a good little crater of a divot, and it kind of helps me mark out my spot welds. And with a fresh bit, you can actually do it pretty quick. You mark out all your spot welds, and then I've actually picked up this Baxter belt grinder from Harbor Freight. I paid $100 for it. I got the warranty. They said the day before the warranty's up, go ahead and dip it in water and go ahead and bring it back. I won't be that wasteful, but I did pay a couple extra bucks to get the warranty. I thought it was good. I went online on Amazon, and the exact same ones were for sale on Amazon for about $125, and I saw several other brands and companies that were actually using this exact same housing and body, obviously from the same manufacturer, and they're just slapping their own label on it. So I thought this was a pretty good buy from them. I bought a few extra belt upgrades. It's fully adjustable, and honestly, this thing kicks butt. So after I drill my spot welds, I come through and I use the grinder to kind of shave them down a little bit, and I try to eat into this metal a little more, and then I don't go all the way through because it takes a long time. And then between a hammer, I have the spot weld splitter, and I use a hammer, and I'll start putting it in here, and I'll actually tap on my hammer, and it'll actually spread right through. And probably within about 15-20 minutes, I can get through this entire panel, and this entire panel could come off. So between those 3 tools, it works pretty good. That's how I do it. There's lots of other ways to do it, but that's what works for me. I think that is the cleanest, most efficient, most effortless way to get through these spot welds fairly quickly without breaking a sweat. So there you have it, guys. Wanted to give you guys a further update, but we're still waiting on some parts. And of course, I'm not working all my time on this. This is just what I'm working on the free time. If you guys are interested in what I used to set this up on a frame rack, we do have a portable frame straightening auto body machine from VEVOR. I'm going to go ahead and leave a link down in the description. Now, if you guys use my link and my code, you guys can get up to 5% off, and that is a lot of money when the machine costs just over $2,000. There is a lot of the tools it comes with. There's lots of attachments, and I going to leave a link down in the description, not only for the machine itself with the code, but also the link to my video that kind of shows a little bit of a breakdown of the car setup on the rack. But you can see here, our rack is actually stored out of the way. I don't normally just keep it here. I actually have a spot for it in another unit. But I just wanted to show you guys that it does kind of break apart in a couple pieces fairly easy, and you guys can actually store it up against the wall, or you guys can even break it down more and really put it out of the way. This has 2 rolling sections, and you can see there it takes up about 4 foot by 7 foot area. Of course, you could put the other piece a long ways against the wall too and get it, it really out of the way. But I just wanted to show you guys that it can go out of the way. I don't keep it here, but I wanted to show you guys that it can go out of the way. So like I said, there's a link in the description for this from VEVOR.com. If you guys use my link and my discount code in the description below, you guys can get up to 5% off. And that is a lot of money. So I'm going to show you guys that. And also there will be a link in the description for the video where I show you guys how I set it up and stuff like that. So appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, we just surpassed 2,000 subscribers. The channel is growing more rapidly than I could ever imagine, and just super excited on that. So I'm gonna get back to work. So please like this video, leave a comment down below, hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and we'll see you on the next one. Rah.
Ooh, like LeBron, though, or like Bonzo. Ooh, I'm a baller, yeah, shot caller, yeah. They love me, you can't touch me, nah, can't trust me. I'm too lucky. Look at me, look at you, what you see, what you do.